Hello everybody, my name is Chris and you're watching the Crazy Volucris. And today we are playing The Thinning Whale, Cormac Mac Airt on the Other Side of Midnight. A game by Paul Rose, published by Triskelion Games. And I already played the first introduction scenario, Raised by Wolf, with a young Cormac Mac Airt. And I played this online with Paul, the designer. You can watch it here. So it's also very good because you learn the game mechanics. Something will change in this second scenario, but you will see while we're playing. So let's get cracking. Raised by Wolf. Scenario 2. The King in the Crypt. Cormac Mac Airt flees into the nightmare forest, which is snow-covered and gloomy. Shadows stretch long, and you made out strange creatures observing you, but they make no hostile moves. The enemy are on the border of the wood, and the hounds are released. You know, this could be a short chase. But somehow it's not. On a crescent moon, the forest gives the way to a hill. On the crest of that hill is a mound of rocks, and seeking a defensible point and a place to hide, Cormac climbs hard and fast. The hunting pack are hot on his heels, and a glance over his shoulder reveals their breath streaming in the night, nostrils flaring, all salivating tongues and sharp teeth. Malice glinting the eyes of the dogs. Chest heavy, taking in lungfuls of air, Cormac espies a dark cleft between broken standing stones and tries to get out of sight. That is when the earth gives way beneath your feet and you tumble from the view of the dogs and the enemy both. You land on a stone surface with rocks and dirt from above landing with you. The silt hangs in the air and your surroundings are in near total darkness. You catch your breath, no longer hearing the dogs or any sound of pursuit from the enemy hunters. Then a flare goes off in this ancient chamber, which is now illuminated, a glow emanating from with these grisly heads of bizarre and macabre demon effigies sculpted from stone. These sit like sullen, brooding sentinels in the corners of the long-hidden crypt. The ignition of their magical flame is a response to your presence, an intruder in their midst. You hear graces. There are 10 tombs here, and sitting on their throne by far wall is an ancient king, motionless. A thorny crown sits upon a leathery, withered brow. The features of the king are sunken, and the skin is like dry, greased parchment. There is a sword, upright, its blade wedged into the crumbling and crackled stone at the feet of the long-dead leech. There's a strange energy at work here, and eyes covered in catacombs stare blindly through you as the king shifts on his throne and lifts his head with an unsettling creak. The presence of the supernatural threat raises your hackles, but you do fight against something already dead. I have waited long years for thee, Cormac Mac Airt. The rattling voice of his undead monarch echoes throughout the chamber and those adjoining. Yet not every man who would be king may be so. Venom undisguised in his voice now. Not all who desire to be king deserve a kingdom. There's a terrible challenge and aggression in the words of this being, and malign energies permeate the crypt which seems to be its throne room. Here we go. Though this is the setup. We're starting in the crypt over here. This is already lit. So this is Cormac. And here we got Marabou Footman, which represent the king. And, well, yeah, we take the first round. So then we got the tile stack. This is a shrine, a tomb, 2 T-junctions, a crossroad, and an archive. Already mixed them there. Like already give them another shuffle. So every time we go on an exit, we have to place them adjacent. So there's 6 room outside these crypt. Also, we have to roll 2 fate die when at the beginning and every time we enter a new tile. So we do this right now. Got here my fancy dice tray. So, and we got 2 fight, which is not that good because there would be coming 2 reds, but I can re-roll 1 in a single. Is an enemy which will trigger a special event. So first of all, I have to place a red, a blight red, in the crypt, and the enemy triggers a touch of evil. This is the special rule. So I have to read the Revelation 2.1. Every time I roll one of those signs, this is a touch of evil. On the first occasion, we have to read entry number 1, and then going forward 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. So Revelation 2.1. What is better than any wealth, Cormac Mac Airt? The voice of the ancient king sounds in your head. How do you answer? Love? Read Revelation 2.17, or wisdom? And read Revelation 2.18. So I guess we would choose wisdom. It's Revelation 2.18, I chose wisdom. 2.18. Place a black die on your dashboard, set to 1. So we take a black die and set it to 1 on our dashboard. This will be increased each time you choose wisely when confronted with a choice of the touch of evil. A wise king knows that love is a great wealth and greater than gold, but a wise king also knows when to be ruled not by the heart but by the head, only when these are aligned in the balance. A man led by his emotions is a slave to them. No king may also be a slave, lest be a no king at all. Mark my words, Cormac Mac Airt, for thou may yet have the making of a king. We shall see. The sinister tone of his words, take as they fade away, is not lost on you. Seems like we did it quite good. This was the symbol, and now we put out a red. We already did. So at the beginning of the roll, we have to roll our dice to see what we got. Here we go. We got 2 fight, 2 enemy, an interact, and a special. So the 2 enemy are not that good. We got 2 fight, an interact, and a special. Alright, first of all, we have to activate the enemy. So the blight red don't have to move. So we just attack with the red. So we got to see what the red is doing. So this is an enemy symbol, which means gnawing bite. Roll 4 action dice, dealing 1 damage per fight and poison 1 per an enemy. Okay, so we roll 4 dice. And we only rolled 1 enemy, which is quite good, but this means we got poison 1. So we take a poison die and put it on our dashboard as well. So, and the second time, another activation for the red, which is an interact. So an interact means scrubbing claws. Roll 3 die, action dice, dealing 1 damage per fight and pierce 1 per enemy. Okay, so 3 action dice. And we get 3 interact, which does nothing. So we are lucky here. Okay, so now we can act. Oh, I have to go through the equipment. I totally forgot to show this off. I still got from the first scenario Still got the red bone, which can be used for re-rolling when I open lock. I got the sprig of acacia, which gives me in a solo playthrough another it's a revive token, more or less. Then I found the dusk blade, which is superior, got 2 endurance, does 2 extra damage. When I hit, it does +2 necrotic energy damage to living and +2 healing for undead. This is a cursed blade, so when I attack with this blade, I have to re-roll every hit. It's just like if I were in darkness. And I gain 1 corruption when I kill a living creature. Yeah, so this is a small item, and I still got the rock. It's also for melee tests, adds 1 damage. I found the scroll case with 1 scroll, the scroll of defense. I still got the charnel key and a cinder conch, which I can remove 1 poison and I get 1 poison damage, which I will use right now to get rid of this poison. So then it's up to me, and I will activate with a combat. My might is 4, so I take 4 dice. And I will attack the rat. And I did only 1 damage. But the rock will grant another one, so I got 2 points of damage. First attack and the second attack I will roll again. So that's 2 damage and 1, so 3 damage, so we got 5 damage. So I was just thinking, I still got 1 interact and 1 class. I will spend the interact to search the room. Therefore I roll a hand of dice and need 2 successes. Also, I'm not pretty sure if this is possible while the enemy is on the tile, but I haven't found anything in the rulebook which prevents this. Or maybe I haven't found it, so I will search the tile for the interact. And I need 2 successes, and I've got 3 successes, so I found something. And I will find... oh, a torch. That's always good. Yeah, I got 3 small objects. I can carry maximum 5, and I am not pretty sure, was it 1 or 1 large... Could be only 1 large or 2 large? Oh, I have to check. Okay, so, and I would just... I don't have to bank the class, because we don't need the class actions, and we can use every other action for moving. So, alright. Then we check what the red is doing. This is activating. And it's a fight. Oh, yeah, it's a fight. This means... rolling 4 dice and attacking. So this is 1 damage. See, yeah, 1 damage. We are lucky, so we got still 5 health. And now this concludes the turn. Now we have to do any upkeeps. We don't have any, so we're going to round number 2. And for round number 2, the first thing I gotta do, I gotta roll up my action dice. And I got 3 fight, 2 enemy activations and 1 interact. Oh my gosh, so 3, yeah, 1 interact and 2 enemy activations. This is not good. So I have to activate the rat. What is the rat doing? That's rolling 3 dice, dealing 1 damage per success and 1 pierce for an enemy. So that's 2 pierce, so that means 2 damage. Oh. So I got 3 health left. And with the second, attacks with 4 dice and does 1 damage. So we're down to 2 health. It's getting quick. It's getting quick in the dungeon. Alright, so, and then we can spend 1 combat to attack the rat. So I've got might 4, so I'm using 4 dice. And I've only dealt 2 damage. So that's on 7. And then I have to spend another attack combat. And I did 3 more damage. Oh, no, alright. Okay, so now I killed it. While killing, I get 1 soul. Alright, so... and I still got 1 combat and 1 interact. So I will use the interact to search the room. But I haven't found anything. No success, and I will bank this combat. So when no enemy is at the board in the enemy phase, I roll an action die, and if you roll an enemy result it triggered malignant energies. With another result you are safe. Okay, so I have to roll 1 die. When I'm safe, I rolled an interact. Okay, so this is the end of the round. I don't have to do any upkeeps. And I am in round 3. Well, do I re-roll the combat? Well, I guess I will keep it and roll only 5 dice. Alright, I rolled plenty of combat, 3 more combat, an interact and 1 enemy. So we don't have an enemy to activate, so this means we don't have to do anything with this. I still got a torch. Oh, I have to roll for the torch. I totally forgot. There's a little blue die. Oh well, we take a blue die. 4. 4 out. Oh, so we had to do we just imagine that we just equipped it right now. All right, so I rolled for the torch. I got 4 rounds with the torch, so I have to be quick. So I use 1 combat to move over here. Well, yeah. And let's see what we got. Oh, we got the T-junction. While entering, we have to roll the fate die, 2 fate dice, to see what's inside. We got 2 interact, this means 2 traps, but I can re-roll 1. And it's an enemy, which means a touch of evil, the special rule will trigger again. So first of all, I just place a trap over there. Revelations 2.2. Yeah, we have to track it somehow. Alright, tell me, Cormac Mac Airt, what is the worst that you have seen? Comes the taunting and chilling disembodied voice of the king in the crypt. The physical form of the thing is still in the shadows somewhere. Perhaps sat upon its throne, but that voice seems to be inside your head. The faces of my enemies on the battlefield, you answer after some thoughts. Killing strangers because chieftains set the swords against you is an abhorrence but necessary. That doesn't mean it comes easy. The years will make that worse yet, the voice confides. Your mind fills with the faces of 1,000 men screaming in pain, hailing their last, all to lose their lives in time and upon your blade. Kingdoms are forged in seas of blood, the undead king says. But the vision is so powerful and you are in the horrific grip. Perform a will 3 test. Okay, a will 3 test means I need a will. I got will 5. Alright, so... And I only got 1. Oh, yeah, only 1 success. That's not good. If succeed, set a black die on your dashboard to 1. If you already have done so, increase it by 1. If you fail, set a red dice in the crypt to 1. So I failed. I'll set a red dice in the crypt to 1. If so, we already done, dial it up to 2. We don't have to. If you fail, also take 1 stun for each point of failure. You do this by paying the cost in actions. If you cannot pay the cost, then set a dice in a number of the fails you cannot pay for. You must pay the cost the next hero phase. Alright, so I failed by 2, so I lose 2 actions. Then I losing 2 combat, and I still got 1 interact and 1 combat left. Alright, so this was Revelations 2.2. Oh, whoa. Alright, so... And then I will use my interact to search for the trap. This means I roll a handful of dice and I need a 2 to find the trap. And I have 3 successes. Oh, you can't really see that there. Yeah. So I got 3 successes, which means I find the trap. And now I can use any action to mark it, so that no one will step on this. I mean, do I have to do this? I mean, when I do, I just found the trap. I just mark it found, like this. I still got 1 combat left. So when I mark it with another action, so nobody else can step on it, and I have to roll again to find the trap when I re-enter this. But I don't know if I ever will re-enter it, so I'm not pretty sure I have to, because when flipping it is when it's set off. Alright, so I just banked the combat. This is the end of the round, and because there is no enemy, I have to roll 1 die. And I hope not to roll an enemy. And I don't. It's a success, it's a sword. So I'm safe. Alright, so down the upkeep, well, I rolled a 4, so now that's burned to 5. At the end of round 3, there's a trigger. We have to do this as well. At the end of the trigger round, roll a hand of dice. For each combat roll, Cormac must take 1 attribute damage, as he is subjected to Melgin energies flowing throughout the dungeon. Perform a metal test, with each success cancelling 1 point of damage. This is caused by the life-draining influence of the malign spirits and the devious king on the crypt, who will not so easily give up his crown nor surrender his sword. Alright, so we have to roll a handful of dice. So we just remember. And we had 1 success, so we have to do a metal test. Metal we got 5, so we need at least 1 success, otherwise I would lose 1 point of attribute damage. And I got 2 successes, so I'm safe. No damage taken, so now we are in round 4. Okay, do I keep the fight? Well, I keep the combat, because, you know, I can move with the combat as well. I need a lot of interact. Okay, so I got 2 more combat, 2 interact, and 1 class. It's very good. No enemy activation. This is quite good. Oh, because we don't have any enemy, but, you know, yeah, why not? I will search this tile again. A handful of dice, and I need 2 successes. And there are 2 successes. Very good. Okay. So I put search token over there. Get the treasure. A tarnished shield. Oh, that's good. So it's a large item. Okay, now I'm a little bit protected. This gives me a protection of 1, but only got a durability of 1. This was the first action, and then I, using a class action to move back, and another combat action to move up here, and I found the tomb, and I will read the tomb. You step into a tomb containing Osiris, and it's dominated by a stone sarcophagus in the middle of the chamber. There's an unlit torch set into the sconce on the wall. The tomb is silent as a grave. Make a fate roll for the tomb. You can claim the torch by spending 1 action of any type and ignite it by spending 1 interact. Collect a torch card from the equipment deck if you choose this option. You may open the sarcophagus by lifting the lid on it and sliding it off the top. If you do so, spend 1 interact to perform a Might 2 test. If you succeed, the lid topples off the sarcophagus. Read Revelations 2.14. Alright, so first of all, I have to roll the fate die. There are 2 dice. And there I can re-roll 1. I'll keep the enemy, which will trigger the touch of evil, and I re-roll the other one. And this is a trap again. Oh no. And I have to trigger touch of evil, which will now be number 3. 2.3. A king should be a generous host, Cormac Mac Airt. The undead king says from the place in your mind. And I am king. You see a goblet appear before you, and there's a vile-looking liquid in it. It would be remiss of me not to offer you a drink. To your good health, says the voice. Do you drink the liquid? If so, read Revelations 2.19. Do you wish instead to refuse the drink? Read 2.20. I think I will drink it. Ooh. Okay, so I have to take a metal 3 test. I've got metal 5. I got 2. So I failed by 1. Place a green poison die set on the number by which you fail your dashboard. So 1. Again, poison 1. Increase the red dice in the crypt by 1. So this is now at 2. Spluttering, you gag on the vile concussion, and after you recover enough to gather your wits, and you speak to the dead man, saying, A king should never host without ale, but this is your hospitality. I fear for the attendance of your feasts. The laughter you hear in your reply is perceptible. I'm sorry for butchering all the words, but sounds distant and restrained as it fades. It is as if your truth in your words are stuck a chord. If the test is passed, set a black die on your dashboard to 1. If you have placed... So the test was not passed, and I already dialed up this one to 2. Okay, so nice, he poisoned me. Cool. So then I have to spend 1 interact to find the trap, because otherwise I will set it off. Yeah, 2. So I already got 2 successes, and this would be... No, yeah, so... But 2 are enough. So I found the trap. I just mark it with a cube that I found it. So then I still got 2 combat. Well, I needed some more interact, so I will leave it like this. Yeah, I bank 1. So now that's the end of the round. I have to activate the enemies. I don't have any, so I have to roll. Please, no enemy sign. No, it's not. Then I have to do the upkeep, so the torch is burning to 6, which is the last round, and I get 1 damage. I'm nearly dead, but this wears off. So I got 1 health left. Then we are in round number 5. And I have to roll my dice, and do I keep the combat? Yeah, I keep the combat. So I'm rolling 5 dice. So I've got 2 interaction and 3 class. So that's not very nice. The class actions, I can't do anything with the class actions in this room, as far as I remember. Yeah, but I use 1 interact to get another torch, because without the torches it's not good. So I take another torch, reshuffle the deck. I took the torch and I could lift the sarcophagus. I'm not pretty sure if I should do this. What else? I will do this. Okay, so I'm lifting the sarcophagus. Oh no! First of all, I have to roll if I really can open it. A might 2 test. So might is 4. Yeah, I did it. So the champion was buried here, was sworn to protect the king, but he has long been in slumber. Now you have to disturb him. The previously inattentive Horbin rises from the tomb. Spot 1 Horbin Hove dweller in the zone. Perform a will 2 test. If you fail, grant the Horbin an activation immediately. If you succeed, you give him the enemy no quarter. Alright, so first of all I have to slay him. Oh yeah, that's the dude. Got 10 health. What? 1 shield, 2 movement, and gives 1 soul. There's the standy. Nice. This could be the end of Cormac Mac Airt because we still got only one health left. Okay, this game is really nice, brutal. So I have to do a will test. I got a will 5, and I need 2 successes. And I got plenty. I should have saved this roll for damaging him. Okay, so now I only got 1 combat and 3 class. Well, I've spent 1 combat and attack him. Got might 4. And 2 damage. I can do nothing else. Each point of negating 1 damage of hero's choice. Okay. Even if I move away, the guy got a movement of 2, and I can't run away because he can reach me on every tile. So I guess that's it. So then he attacks. He rolls a handful of dice because, you know, with the class actions I can't do anything, and I think I will not bank them because I don't need to. So he rolls a handful of dice, and that's it. So he got 4 damage, but I will use my Sprig of Acacia, which will revive me, and this will end the round. We have to dial this up, so this is expanded. Do we have to track anything else? No, we don't have to, so we can go to 6. I'm not pretty sure if yeah, I need an interact to lit the torch. I'll discard the torch at the end of the next round, so this is still burning, but it's exhausted, so I just turn it upside down that I know that I have to exhaust it or discard it, so it's still burning this round. Okay, so then I have to roll up my dice. Oh. Okay, so this is kind of good. We have 4 combat, 1 interact, and 1 enemy. So we have to activate the nearest enemy, which is the guy. Let's see what he's doing to me. So he got 1 fight, 3 interacts, 1 class, and 1 enemy. So he deals 1 damage. Then he can, with the interact, he deals damage to, what is this? To metal. So 3 damage to metal. Class damage to might, so I will protect the might because I need might to kill him. Then I get the enemy, though I take not the corruption, I take a faith damage. So that's this, and then we got 3 to metal, 2 metal left. and 1 damage to health. Alright. So this was the enemy activation. Then I have to attack the guy. So I still got 4 might. So that's 3 damage. Then I spent another combat. That's 3 more damage, so we are at 8. And another combat. That's 2 more, which is enough to kill him. So, but he only grants 1 soul. When we kill him, take items of grave wealth of the tomb. Take the top card of the scroll, potion, treasure and equipment deck. You may collect 1 of these per action spent. There's so much life in you and it's apparent that the Hawkman is intent on stealing it away. Okay, so I got still 2 actions and I will take... First of all I take the potion, which is a courage potion. Okay, well, we can restore our metal. Roll a cooldown dice to define X. If the test metal this round gains successes equal to the value of X. Dial this down during the upkeep, discard one code. Ah, alright. So this is cool. So this just restores the metal and bumps it up a couple of rounds. And I will take up the equipment. Oh, it's a longsword. It was also large. Oh, So I have to get rid of the rock. And now I have to check if I can carry 2 large items. So it's the might value. I can carry up to 4 large items. So I got 2 large items and 5 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's already 5. Okay, so I spent the two actions to pick up those. That's very good. The longsword is very good. I hope I can I live long enough to can use it properly. Alright, so this was end of round number 6. Round number 6 is also a trigger point, I guess. Yes, it is. So I have to roll a handful of dice. So there's 1 success. Does the enemy sign does anything? No. So that's 1 success, and I can do a metal test. Oh, I've got only metal 2 right now. So I need at least 1 success to avoid the damage. Yeah, and I got it. Okay. This is the end of the round. Do I have to do any upkeeps? No, I don't. Then this is round number 7. And I can roll my dice to see what I got. So I've got 2 combat, 3 interact, and 1 class, which is good. So I'll spend 1 class, take the treasure. Do I? No, first of all, I need to lit the torch. Okay, so I have to lit the torch. It's a 1. That's good. Okay. So with the class action I take the Druid Stone. Behind a loose stone you find a precious gem. This is a Druid Stone worth 30 gold coins. It glows with opal sent light. Discard the Druid Stone to gain 1 success in an attack or test. Very good, but I am on my limit. So I will discard the Dusk Blade. I will leave it over there. Okay, so what's next? I take the scroll. The hero gains +2 metal until the end of the game round. Discard after use. Okay, so this could be also very handy. Take another interact. and 1 combat to go over here. Let's see what we got. Oh, this looks cool. It's the archive. This crumbling chamber has a little work of cracks running through the ceiling and seems dangerous indeed. There are more books and scrolls and carved rods than you have ever seen together in one place. And in fact, more than you have ever seen in your entire life. Make a fate roll upon entering the archive. So we do a fate roll. We can re-roll 1 die. There is a rat. And what's the other one? What's the class? The class is a treasure chest. Oh, very good. We got a treasure chest. And a rat. Oh no. Oh, I can re-roll. We will re-roll the rat. Oh, that's a trap. There are a lot of traps. A lot of traps in here. You may spend 3 actions of any kind to examine the scriptures in the chamber. You may not examine any scriptures without a light source. Perhaps there might be something... okay, but we already got a light source, so that's not a deal. But if you spend 3 actions, read Revelation 2.13. But first of all, we have to use our last interact to search for traps. We take a handful of dice and hope to find it. So we take 2 successes. And we have 2. Of course we have 2. Very good. So I found the trap and I just mark it with a cube to remind me that I already got it. Okay, so now the enemy. We don't have any enemies, so we have to roll a die. And we got an interact, which means there's nothing happening. Oh yeah, okay, so when we roll an enemy, then we have to do a metal test. Okay, so we didn't. We have to do the upkeep, so we dial up this torch by 1. It's burning up to 6. Route number 8. And I have to roll my dice. Okay. Oh. So we got 3 interact and 1, 2, 3 combat. Oh, that's very good. 3 combat, 3 interact. So I will spend 1 interact to open the chest. The chest's got a lock quality of 2. So we roll a handful of dice to see if we can open the chest. And I've got only 1 success, but we will keep this, and I will use the rat bone, and so I can re-roll any dice, but we need a success, otherwise the rat bone will break. Oh, so we got 2 more successes, that's way enough. So we opened the chest, and now we have to roll what's inside. It's a class, and a class is an equipment drawer. A holy water. Oh, this is great. Definitely keep the holy water, and then we have to... I think I will just leave the key over here. Maybe we need that. What else can we do? We can search. No, we have three combat, so we will go 1, and then we go over here and see what's coming. So that's the second one. And we enter the shrine. The altar in this shrine has a rusty dagger resting upon it. There's also a small vial and a bowl, a grate of swords from a time forgotten. The age-old statues dominating the chamber of the gods unknown to you, and intimidating in aspects. The form of the goddess sculpted in the stone above the altar details a cauldron-shaped belly and a fierce blade in his right hand. Make a fate roll upon entering the shrine. Alright. Oh, sorry. We do a fate roll. Oh, yeah, I have to show you over there. Here we go. So, fate roll. What is in the shrine? We got, of course, an enemy and a trap. Now we reroll the Touch of Evil. Oh, and it stays a Touch of Evil. So, alright. We have a trap and a Touch of Evil. So this is number 4. Effigy of the king appears before you and raises his gauntlet, fist with a malice relishing the chance of torment you. A king must conduct himself by warrior honor. That this be the last blow you shall receive that goes unanswered. The force that he strikes you with as such you are knocked prone. You must spend an action of any type to stand up. If thrown for the enemy phase, place your Twilight token next to your hero token and lay your miniature on the side to remind yourself to stand up next hero phase. You take 1 damage. Damage is always to health unless otherwise stated. You also take bleed 1. This wound must be magically healed. Remove the bleed the moment you restore any attribute using a potion or scroll or other magical source. Until then, lose 1 health due to bleed during your upkeep step for the hero's phase. Bleed is tracked with a red d6 placed in the lowest slot of your bank on your dashboard. If this bleed is in play when you face the king in battle, dial the red dice in the crypt up by 1. As it has been healed, dial up the black dice by 1 on your dashboard instead. Okay, so first of all, I must spend an action to stand up. Well, I would... I'm not pretty sure if I need it. Okay, so I will spend the combat. So I'm not thrown. But I take 1 damage. And also take a bleed 1. This wound must be magically healed. Remove the bleed the moment you restore any attribute using a potion or scroll. So I've got a bleed 1. Okay, so then this would be the time to use the potion of courage. I'll roll a handful of dice. So 2 successes. This means my metal goes up 2, which is good. So I've got magical heal, so this will be removed. So then we have to roll a cooldown. I will take the blue one. So that's a 2. Okay, so I've already, if you do a metal test this round, gain successes equal to the value of X. So we get 2 successes if we have to do a metal test. This die and the trap is already set. So if the bleed is in play when you face the king in battle, dial the red dice in the crypt up by 1. If it's healed, dial up the black die 1 on the dashboard instead. So we can dial this up because sooner or later we will face him. So and then I don't forget it. I'm not pretty sure if I should do anything. Oh, well, first of all, I have to spend 1 interact to find the trap. Okay, so I need 2 successes. And I've got 2 successes, which is good. So I found the trap. So what else can I do in the... Oh, it's not in the archive, in the shrine. Ah yeah, alright, so waking the fate roll. Then choose to make an offering to the goddess. If so, decide on what you sacrifice from the available items. You may leave and come back in order to make this offer, but you may not pick to ignore option. If you intend to make an offering, you should not make your offering by the time all 6 tiles are placed. You will gain 1 corruption for insulting the goddess. When you make your offering, spend 1 action of any type and then read Revelation 2.9. Do you render up a soul of goddess, or do you may do this in addition to making an offering? If you have if you have 1 to surrender at any time the offering, you may do so separately any time. Revelations 2.10. All right, so I got 2 souls, so I could spend 1. What do I want to spend? I can give him the sword for 150, but this is very... I think I will give the goddess the druid stone for 30. This is not that expensive, and I want to keep my longsword. I need it for the fight. Yeah, and I need to do this with my last interact. And I give her the soul as well. Let's check what's happening. Revelation 2.9. All items sacrificed are discarded, so the druid stone is discarded. Value of the sacrifice, 0, 10 to 40 gold coins. Yeah, the druid stone was 30. The goddess cleanses you of 1 corruption. Oh, that's good. So I lost my corruption, that's very good. Restores 2 points of attribute damage allocated as you wish and grants you a soul. This is to be set aside and may not spend. Also I get my, so I put it over here, so I can't spend it. And I can restore 2 points. Got metal 5, will 5, that's okay, faith 3. I'll take the metal. So I'm back to metal, this is 1 and the faith 1. Can I choose health? Yeah, it's also an attribute. So 1 metal, 1 health. So and then I also gave her my soul. You feel the energy pass between you and his ancient and mysterious duty. In the ensuing moment, you watch astonished as your vial fills up. Search the equipment deck for a holy water card. Claim it by spending any one action. This will prove invaluable to your conflict when the undead king. You have honored the goddess through. You know her not, and when remembered, even faded gods are grateful. You hear this voice resonating in your mind. Honoring the customs and upholding the traditions of the past and people known to you, if it causes no harm to others, is always respectful and right. A king should know this, Cormac Mac Airt, and you have shown this to you. Shown that you do. Alright, so we get another holy water. I still got one. I hope there's another one. Yeah, there's another one. Ah, so I need to do this with an action. So then the enemy phase. We don't have an enemy, so we have to roll. Oh. There's no enemy, so this is no energies going around. Upkeeps. So this dials down, this dials up. That's it for the upkeeps. Round number 9, and we roll our action dice. Oh, that's good. 1 enemy, 3 interact, and 2 combat. So we don't have any enemies, so that is quite nice. Though I spent any action to take the holy water, so I took the combat. Then I use 1 combat to... Oh well, we can search. But I'm well equipped right now. No, I'm just... with a combat I go over here, and with an interact I enter this location. And we are entering a crossroad. So there is no... This is no event tile, but I still have to roll the fate die. 2 fate dice. So we roll. What do we get here? We get 2 enemies. That's bad, but I can re-roll 1, but it's still another enemy. So we got 2 rats over here, which is very annoying because I don't have any combat left. So what else can I do? I would just use my first interact to go over here and the last interact to go in here. So this is another T-junction. I'm not pretty sure if I can just go over there. I have to check. Yeah, of course. So I don't have to go over here, so I just can go 1 here. So to use 1 interact. And then I have to roll for this tile. What's in here? So there's a trap and enemy, but I re-roll the enemy. And I've got a treasure chest. So we got a trap and a treasure chest. Then I only got 1 interact left, and I will use it to find the trap. And I've got 2 successes which will mark the trap, and I am kind of kind of safe. Alright, so now the enemy phase, I have to sorry, I have to activate the furthest enemy. So this is one of those reds, and they will move one, and then they will do something. They will. This is Scrambling Claws. Roll 3 action dice, dealing 1 damage, and pierce 1 with an enemy. Okay, so that's 1 damage and 1 pierce. So I've got a shield. I can block this normal damage, but the pierce I got. So I got 1 damage. So got 4 health left. That was the enemy phase, and now we are in round end round number 9. So that's a trigger round as well. So we have to roll a handful of dice, and for each combat I get a damage, which can be negated with metal. Ooh, that's 2 damage. But I don't have to roll because with the courage still active. Oh yeah, no, I've just 1. So I've got 1 automatic success, and I have to roll my 5 metal dice. So at least I need 1, but I also blocked 2, so I'm safe there. So no damage at all. This was the round trigger. Then I have to do the upkeep, so this is wearing off, so the potion is unfortunately lost, and this goes up to 4. So this torch is also nearly done. And I have to check because I did all the 6 rooms. Ah, here we go. A king rises. The king in the crypt cannot be subject to any attack or otherwise influenced. At the end of the game round, when the 6th tile is placed and the stack is exhausted, read Revelation 2.15. So this is the case. A sound like a peal of thunder resonates throughout the chamber, and the aftermath you hear the movement of the king in the crypt. It is time, Cormac Mac Airt. Now is the hour in which thou shalt prove the worth of the found wanting. There is no escape from this place. If thou doth succeed, thou will be able to claim my sword and change thy destiny. If thou dost fail, thou shalt join the ranks of the sleepers in vigil for the next intruder here. The battle begins. Face me and skulk not in shadow like a cowering grave thief caught in the act. The Marabou footman, the crypt, represents the ancient king and is now an active enemy you can attack. In combat against the king, you must test metal. Each time you attack, you need succeed at least equal to your corruption, or you lose the attack and the action spent made it. If you have no corruption, this test is unnecessary. So I don't have any corruption, so I don't have to make any metal tests to attack him. That's very good. The king gains a damage bonus equal to the number of times you failed a test against Touch of Evil. This number is equal to the value of the red dice set in the crypt. That's 2. And representing 8 from the sleepers. The bonus is reduced for each time you succeed against Touch of Evil effects. This is represented by the value of the black dice on your dashboard. So this is even out, so there is no extra damage. So the king begins the fight with health modifier equal to your corruption minus the number of souls you earned and were instructed to set aside. Well, so I don't have any corruption and I got 1 soul set aside, so he got already 1 damage, which I really appreciate. So I put this back here, so he got 1 damage. The game ends either your death or defeat of the king. Should you be sent into Twilight, the game also ends when that round is over, as the king plunges his spear through your heart. If you slay the king, read Revelation 2.16. This fight triggers boss fight rules as detailed in the rulebook. Okay. When the boss is defeated, all heroes in play gain the reward in souls. But you go. So, when the boss fight rules are in effect, each enemy phase the boss will automatically activate with the first activation granted. Any further activations, either due to being two heroes in the play or other game effects, apply to the enemies closest to the boss. Okay, so, alright. Then the next round begins, I guess. Is that right? Yeah, so we got round number 10. We already dialed this up, and then I hope for a good fight. Alright, so this 4 fight and 2 interact. So 4 fight and 2 interact. So then I have to check what I can do. So I have to check what's this doing. This is an interact or a fight to throw this. 0 to 1. Roll a handful of dice, deal 1 damage for each success with this enemy with the undead or demon keyword. For each enemy rolled, double the damage, ignores incorporeal keyword. Alright, so this is great. With the first interact, I will throw this holy water right. This is 1 tile. I'll just throw it over there and roll a handful of dice and hope for a lot of successes. Okay, so this is crap. Then I use the second holy water. And this time... okay, this time I killed him. I just plainly killed him. So I've got 4 2 times when I read this right. This enemy and the under keywords for each roll, double the damage, ignores incorporeal word. Okay, so that's 8 damage. Then it's killed. Then he is killed, and I get another soul. So I got 3 souls, but I have to keep them separate. So the king in the crypt collapses to the cold earth of the ancient stone beneath your feet. Breathing hard, you feel more alive now than ever in your past. The figure of the stricken king turns to ash. The ash reacts to your gaze upon as though it were the wind. The ash is soon scattered and gone. Pick up the sword, Cormac Mac Airt. At long last the king may rest and pass over. You have released me from an age-old guess, and I'm grateful. As this king departs, another emerges. Future king. You may not feel you are yet ready, but in time you shall be. I failed in my part to unite our land under High King. Now let that be your dream, for if it's not done, calamity will come to all. The voice fades. Collect the artifact card, the King's Blade. The sarcophagus in the tomb slides aside, revealing stairs. Place the stairs token over it. The exit is over there. And I need 1 action, and then I can read the exit text. So I got 2 damage, 3 endure, standard. Spend 1 faith plus 2 success to an attack. Spend 1 soul to inflict a critical hit. They're both somehow cool, so I will keep the King's Blade. Of course I will. It's worth 400. Alright, so I still have to deal with the 2 reds. I take 1 combat, but I can't just leave. You know, I got 4 combat. I can use them for walking. 1, 2, 3. So with 3 actions I'm out of the dungeon and will not risk anything. Or do I smack 1 red at least? But you know, I can try. I spend 1 combat and attack the red. So I've got 4 might. I need a good roll. So that's 7 damage. Oh man, that's 7 damage in one hit. But is it worth? No, I guess it's not. So I spent 1 action to go, another action to enter the crypt, and the third and last one to escape. Your adventure here is over, and the undead king is defeated. You have proven yourself worthy to be a king, to be embraced another destiny. Is it your hands to discover what happened next? Proceed to play the final scenario in the Young Cormac adventures called The Shadow Within. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed the second part of Thinning Veil, Cormac Mac Airt on the other side of midnight. So this is the Young Cormac story, and I will keep all my inventory and will play the part 3 soonish.
And if you like what I'm doing, please subscribe, hit the like button, and if you ring the bell, I go crazy.